Let's have a quick conversation about three personal finance apps. So you need a budget, Goodbudget, and Honeydue. So I'm going to do a compare and contrast to sort of help you understand what those apps are all about and which one is the best. So here's a review I want you to pay attention to. So I'm going to start with why you need a budget or you need a budget, YNAB. So the thing is that when you think about you need a budget, I want you to think about an app that is really built for you and around your needs, around your lifestyle. I want to first quickly go through the pros and cons of YNAB. So the pros here. You have an app that is built on an effective budgeting philosophy. So very, very straightforward. You have flexibility that really improves your chances of success. You have enhancements that are geared towards beginners. So if you are a rookie, you will love this app anyway. You have multiple bank connection options, and you have a lot of tutorials and educational material in general. So if you go with YNAB, you have a chance to really understand what the whole thing about budgeting is. What about the cons here? Well, it does take time and commitment to understand and use. So you have a steep learning curve at the beginning. You have the app in itself is relatively pricey in our view, and it's not really as effective for 1099 workers as W-2 workers. Okay, so when you think overall about YNAB, you need a budget. You want to think about a software tool that takes an unusual approach to personal budgeting. So this online personal finance software is built on the philosophy that every dollar you have projected to earn needs a job. So you assign it to either, you want it to be spent or saved. So the site connects directly to your financial accounts to pull in balances and transactions that flow directly into your budget. So basically, the thing that happens here is that you can instantly see where you stand with your spending. So this is kind of really, we love that because it's very straightforward. It's very like down to earth. So this is really good. So YNAB costs about $15 a month or $99 a year. And so the price has increased slightly since last year, but the annual option is a good deal. So if you are interested in with YNAB, go with the annual option. So overall, pretty straightforward app, very easy to start with. Just think about a slight learning curve at the beginning. Boss, welcome back to the show. It's really a pleasure to have you here. Make yourself comfortable. You are going to enjoy today's conversation. The good thing about YNAB here is that it's very easy to gauge your progress. So basically, as I said before, you assign your dollar earned to specific quote unquote jobs, and you are able to actually see exactly how much progress you're having in your budgeting. So this is really good. And what we love about the YNAB here is that we love the modular approach here. So everything is actually grouped into modules. So you have a module for job number one, job number two. So job number one can be saving. Job number two can be expanding. Job number three can be allocating funds to vacation, and so on and so forth. And so you're able to actually categorize your expenses. You can categorize your revenue also. So we really love that. We love this sort of again modular approach. Okay, and with YNAB, you have the ability to see things as you can see your progress as you actually it's like on the go. Versus Mint, for instance, Mint, where you have to see the progress within 3 days or 5 days delay. So we love this sort of automatic, real lifetime sort of checking that you have in YNAB. And in terms of help and support, well, YNAB is harder to learn than its competitors. I've said this before because it's based on a unique personal finance philosophy, but they do have support for you. So you are able to go through tutorials. You're able to actually go through video tutorials. You also have some audio tutorials. You have a lot of blog articles. You have an FAQ section that is very dense, and this is really good. And what we love about YNAB is that they will quickly get back to you. The only thing that we think YNAB can really improve on is the fact that the finance reports you get out of YNAB they're not really as sophisticated or broad as what you would find, for instance, in Quicken. So especially Quicken Deluxe. So this is something that YNAB needs to really change. But in terms of the mobile apps, fantastic. YNAB's mobile apps are fantastic. Either you want to use Android or iPhone, those two platforms are really great. So overall, great app. especially if you are trying to really revamp your whole budgeting philosophy. Boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. I want to do a quick compare and contrast between YNAB, Goodbudget, and Honeydue. Speaking of Goodbudget, let me just do a quick review here about this personal finance app. So when you think about Goodbudget, I want you to think. I want to first go through the pros and cons so we have a clear idea. So for us, this is the best budgeting app for simplicity. If you're looking for a very simple app, I mean, not simple in the fact that it is simplistic. No, it is simple in the approach that it brings into the whole budgeting debate. We love that a lot. So let me quickly go through the pros and cons here. Pros: the app is affordable, intuitive, supports multiple devices, provides reports, supports multiple users, and can really import bank transaction files. So it can do it in bulk. Let me talk to you about the cons here. You have a limited free plan. So if you go through a free plan, you're not going to have the same sort of array of capabilities you could if you were with a paid plan. This requires manual login. It takes time to use, and you have limited extra features. So overall, when you think about Goodbudget, I want you to think about a simple budgeting app that works as a digital envelope system. So the envelope system divides your income into specific spending categories like rent, groceries, dining expenses. Okay, you have household purchases, health costs, and gas expenses. This system, in our view, is kind of cool because it simplifies things for you. It also ensures that you don't spend more than you make, and you stay on budget for each spending category. So for many users, what we have found is that this system helps limit impulse buying. So if you are if you're dealing with impulse buying, you might fight it effectively through Goodbudget. So within Goodbudget, you label each digital envelope a category and then set the maximum amount you want to spend. So the app includes envelopes for regular expenses and less frequent expenses like property taxes too. You can also use envelopes to track your saving goals, and you're able to see your progress with colorful graphs. So this is really, really good. And one thing we have seen is that unlike some other budgeting apps, Goodbudget requires you to manually input each transaction, including money you bring in and money you spend. So this is and the thing is, there is no way to sync your checking account to the app for automatic updates. This means what? It means that you have to update the app frequently. So overall, this is an ideal app for anyone who wants to better manage and track spending, because the company offers a free plan. So it's a great choice for people who don't want to spend anything on an app. So if I were to really recap what we talk about, so when you close your eyes and think about Goodbudget, think about an app that is very affordable. Okay, so those are the top perks in our view. Very affordable because it has a free plan. This app has a free plan while it has limited capabilities. The free version lets you test the app's features without having to spend any money. If you want to invest in the paid plan, it's still more affordable when compared to many other budgeting apps. It is intuitive. It supports multiple devices, so this is kind of cool. And the app also provides reports. So if you like reports and graphs, you'll probably enjoy Goodbudget because reports will give you a clear-eyed view of how you spend your money and progress towards your goals. So and the cool thing is, everything is colorful, very colorful. The reports can also motivate you to stay on track towards those goals. And you are able to support multiple users. It lets you import bank transaction files. This is really good. And one thing I want to say here is that you need to understand when you think about Goodbudget, just think about pricing and think about your ability to see things clearly, to actually see things clearly. You can see that on the screen right now. I want you to look on the screen right now. So you have, when we talk about how much does Goodbudget cost, you have a free plan. So this is like free forever. So with the free plan, you have 10 regular envelopes. You have 10 more envelopes, one account, 2 devices, 1 year history, debt tracking, and community support. When you actually switch to the paid plan, which will cost you about $8 per month, as of the date of this show, you're basically getting the same thing you get on the free plus more. So you get unlimited regular envelopes, unlimited more envelopes, unlimited accounts, 5 devices, 7 years of history, debt tracking, and you have email support. This is kind of cool. The Plus is great for families, or if you're a couple and you're trying to really track your finances at the couple level, at the family level, then you will love to have Goodbudget. And see the level of depth and breadth of the reports you get through the Plus plan. It's just fantastic, just fantastic. But hey, listen, you can start using the app with a free plan, and see if you like it. Then you can actually upgrade. It's always a great option. Boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We're having a conversation about 3 personal finance apps. So we have YNAB, Goodbudget, and Honeydue. I want to talk to you now about Honeydue. So when you think about Honeydue, what kind of budgeting app do we have here? Well, you need to understand that Honeydue is kind of cool if you are trying to do some budgeting with a partner. So Honeydue is quite essentially, in our view, the budgeting app for couples. Okay, so designed especially for couples, Honeydue is it's an interactive app where 2 people can manage household expenses together, and so this is really good. And basically, Honeydue gives couples the power to oversee and collaborate on all financial transactions and upcoming bills. So the app really is divided into 3 parts. So each partner's individual expenses plus an all section where shared transaction appears. So you have the partner A individual expenses, partner B individual expenses, and the third category is the hybrid. Okay, each person can label expenses as an individual expense or a shared expense like rent or subscription services. There is also a shared calendar where bill reminders are input, along with how much spending is attributed to each bill. So this calendar will send alerts to both users when a bill due date is upcoming. So this is kind of cool. And so using Honeydue, couples can gain greater visibility into their finances, can utilize the chat function to discuss issues that arise, track everything from bank accounts and loans to investments, and coordinate bill paying. So this is really good. And what we love about the Honeydue is that it really streamlines the whole process for you. While it is not required for using the app, Honeydue provides a joint bank account for users who choose to bank together. So the joint checking account comes with a debit card, no monthly fees, no minimum deposit required, and instant activity alerts to both the users. So this is kind of cool. And this account is FDIC insured by Sutton Bank. So if you're interested in that, this is something you can really check out. Not a problem. In terms of pricing, the Honeydue app is free. The joint bank account within the app has no minimums or fees and offers access to more than 55,000 surcharge-free ATMs. Okay, so this is really cool. And so when you think about Honeydue, I want to talk to you about the distinguishing features you need to really just sort of think about. So you have you have a lot of you have the separate sections for you and us. Honeydue is really designed for transparency, and the cool thing is we also love the fact that it is really streamlined. Okay, and so this is an app that is highly rated. I love that a lot. And so overall, when you think about Honeydue, I want you to think about an app that is designed for couples. You have over 20,000 financial institutions for which you link accounts. The app is free. You have a chat function to message partner within the app, and you have joint bank account available with free debit card, and it easily integrates into the app. What about the cons here? There is no desktop version of the app. The support is limited to online forums. No tools cater towards the financial goals, such as savings, for instance, and there are ads within the app. So when you think about Honeydue, what kind of app should you really think about? Well, Honeydue overall is a great app, and even though the app is built originally for couples, you as a single person can also use it. Not a problem, okay? And Honeydue has a great user experience and interface for 2 people to work collaboratively on their expenses and budgeting. The chat and calendar functions make it an efficient way to communicate with someone else about bills. The availability of a joint banking account solution for the 2 users makes Honeydue an even more effective budgeting tool, especially if you're looking at it from a family perspective. However, again, The app lacks a few features that other budgeting apps have, such as investment portfolio tracking or establishing financial goals like building an emergency fund. And see, the thing is that Honeydue, if you're listening to me, the ad thing has to go to. You got to find another way to monetize your business model, because right now showing advertisements to users all the time can be a little annoying. Okay, but overall, this is an app that is very secure. So if you're listening to me right now, don't worry about security, don't worry about safety, because they have got you covered, not a problem. And basically, Honeydue uses they use security measures like 256-bit encryption, biometrics, and multi-factor authentication, depending on your geography. So this is kind of cool. And the only thing is that just be aware that there will be some ads, but the app itself is free. I mean, this is why you are seeing so many ads. So again, this is one of those things that you have to really think about. But based on our research, Honeydue is one of those apps that are good, but you can't just use the app as a standalone. You need to have another app, another finance app. This could be personal capital, like Empower. It can be a Mint. It can be Quicken. But yeah, because there are some features that you really will need in a personal finance app that are not available in Honeydue. So especially if you are looking at budgeting from a couple perspective, then you really want to have a broad, you need to have a broad view. You need to have a deep view. And right now, Honeydue does not offer that breadth and depth of analysis. So, what is the approach here? So, YNAB versus Goodbudget versus Honeydue. Which one should you go for? Which one should you really choose? But the thing is that before you actually choose Goodbudget, or Honeydue, you got to ask yourself, what are your goals? So, when you approach budgeting, are you approaching budgeting from a personal perspective, from a family perspective, from a couple perspective? And what are the important elements that you need to see in a personal finance app? Are you looking for an app to track your spending, to track your saving, to track your investing, to actually monitor your bill payments while keeping you updated on credit score changes? What is it that you're looking for? Because the thing is that you have a wide constellation of possibilities when it comes to a personal finance apps. Because the thing is, you can connect personal finance apps to your financial institutions to see where the money from your bank account is being spent. And this app also typically has features such as a shared wallet, bill reminders, automatic bill pay, and even managing subscriptions. So again, you have a lot of flexibility here. And you also got to think about the costs, right? Especially if you are going to use this for a long time. So the cost element plays an important role. So how much are you willing to pay? Are you willing to pay $15, $20, $10? So those are elements that you really need to think about. And so it's really important also when you are thinking about tracking your bills, to think about tracking your bills, let's say in the long run, because you can't just start with an app and then switch to another app, because some apps don't allow you to transfer data from other apps. So before you choose any app, just make sure that the app has functionalities around transferring data. So if you're with them and let's say something happens, stuff happens, and after 3 years, 5 years, or 10 years, what have you, and you want to transfer your data to another app, just make sure at that point, things are not really complicated. So who's the winner here? Do you need a budget? Do you want a good budget? Or do you want Honeydue? So the winner, in our view, is you need a budget. We believe that you need a budget is more complete. So we have chosen to rank YNAB 9.8 over 10, Honeydue 9.6 over 10, and Goodbudget 9.2 over 10. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. God bless you. I'll see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.